comedians, one of the HSU comedians. His name is Campbell. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thanks, Nathan. Marietta, I haven't even started telling you. Thank you, though. Nice to see so many people staring at me. So I think it's a pretty awesome start to the day when you wake up to somebody giving you an orgasm. Not just somebody, I mean like a random person, like somebody you went to bed with, you know, like a sexual partner. But I think it's a pretty weird start to the day when you wake up to a wet dream. I don't know if people with vaginas have this problem, if you consider it a problem. But I had a pretty weird start to my day today. I think I had a wet dream this morning because I haven't had sex in a few weeks. Because I haven't masturbated in a few weeks, let's be real. I tried to build up to a more fulfilling orgasm, but Mother Nature beat me to it. I usually try to masturbate like 3 times a day to avoid having a wet dream, because the last time that I had a wet dream, it was the most terrifying thing that's ever happened to me. So let's rewind 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I'm sleeping naked in my bed because I sleep naked. I'm giving you guys a lot of graphic things to think about in like 90 seconds. So I'm sleeping naked. And I must have had the wet dream early on in my slumber because I didn't know that I had one until I woke up. And if you know anything about semen, you know that when it dries, it becomes like a fucking super glue. Like if you got semen stuck between the pages of a Bible, you have to be prepared to buy a new Bible. Because you're not getting those pages unstuck. There's some sexy stories in the Bible. So I didn't know that my penis was stuck to my sheets until I ripped the sheets off. And I felt the most excruciating pain I've ever felt in my life on the most sensitive part of my body. But I also didn't know that I'd really done any damage until I felt a warm liquid cascading down my legs. And I looked down, and I see a pool of blood forming at my feet. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But my first thought was, I tried to reassure myself about the situation. I was like, okay, this is fine. Just put some medical tape on it, go about my day. And then reality kicked in, and I was like, I have to go to the hospital, like fucking now. So I put on some sweatpants and a t-shirt, and I decided not to wake my family. Instead, I decided to drive myself to the hospital. Because that would be a very bizarre thing to tell my family. Hey mom, I just had a wet dream and ripped my dick open. Take me to the hospital. So luckily the hospital's like 15 minutes from my house. So I'm driving down the road, I'm trying not to think about it, trying to just like focus on getting to the hospital. But then I get to a red light and my curiosity kicks in and I decide to assess the situation. And so I pull my waistband forward. I'm not wearing any boxers. And what I thought I was going to see was my bloody genitalia. And instead what I saw was a small pool of blood in my lap where my genitalia should be. And without skipping a beat, I vomited all over my steering wheel and my dashboard, and then I burst into tears because I thought I was gonna die. So I pull up to the emergency room doors. I don't even turn my car off. I just book it into the emergency room. And from the point of view of like all the patients in the room, it must have been terrifying to see a screaming, crying, vomit-covered man run into the emergency room, leaving a trail of blood behind him. But I get in there, and I'm like, I'm just trying to get people's attention at this point. And the woman comes from around the desk lady. She's like, sir, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, she's like, sir, you need to calm down, okay? Look at me, tell me what happened. I didn't know what else to do, so I just pulled my pants to expose my bare ass and my bloody genitalia. And the last thing I remember before I passed out from the blood loss was I just heard this guy just scream, "That you've got no dick!" Thanks, guys.
That is the most fucking disgusting thing I have heard in quite a long time.